Imagine a year when the very air you breathed told two distinct, terrifying stories. A year when the sky in one part of the country was an apocalyptic orange, choked with ash and the acrid smell of burning earth, while in another, the horizon pulsed with the green-tinged dread of an approaching hurricane, bringing with it the relentless threat of rising waters. This wasn't a scene from a dystopian novel. This was America in 2020. It was a year that pushed the boundaries of what many thought possible for a single season, let alone two unfolding simultaneously. From the vast, arid landscapes of the West to the humid, storm-battered shores of the East, the nation found itself caught between two forces of nature, each delivering its own catastrophic blow. It was a period that illuminated the raw, untamed power of our planet and the sometimes startling ways its systems interact. On the West Coast, particularly in California, the wildfire season escalated into an unprecedented inferno. By the time the flames were finally contained, a staggering 3.6 million acres of land had been reduced to ash, a record-breaking devastation that fundamentally reshaped landscapes and lives. Communities were obliterated, homes turned to rubble, and the air quality plummeted to hazardous levels for weeks on end. For those living through it, the sun itself became a muted, distant orb, barely piercing through a perpetual twilight of smoke and particulate matter. The scale of the destruction was immense, leaving a deep scar on the land and an enduring memory in the minds of millions who watched helplessly as their state burned. At the very same time, a continent away, the Gulf Coast and the eastern seaboard braced for and then endured an equally relentless assault from the Atlantic. The 2020 hurricane season was one for the history books, not just for its ferocity, but for its sheer volume. Storm after storm churned out of the ocean, bringing with them devastating floods, destructive winds, and a persistent gnawing anxiety. There were so many named storms that year, in fact, that government meteorologists eventually exhausted their pre-assigned list of names. They had to resort to using the Greek alphabet for only the second time in recorded history, a testament to the sheer overwhelming number of meteorological events unfolding in quick succession. Each hurricane, each tropical storm, carried with it the potential for widespread damage, displacing countless families, and reshaping coastlines with its powerful watery embrace. What makes 2020 truly remarkable, beyond the individual tragedies, is how these two distinct catastrophic seasons began to interact. It was a convergence observed with stark clarity by NASA's Earth-watching satellites. From their vantage point high above, a remarkable series of images began to emerge, painting a picture of a nation quite literally under a shared atmospheric siege. These images revealed a massive, continent-spanning blanket of smoke. This wasn't localized haze. This was a colossal plume, born from the wildfires raging in the West, steadily traversing the country from California across the Rockies, over the Great Plains, and towards the East Coast. It was a silent, ominous cloud, a visible scar on the face of the nation, reminding everyone of the fires still burning thousands of miles away. But as this colossal smoke cloud pushed eastward, it met an equally formidable force. Near the Atlantic coastline, the satellites also captured the swirling, powerful forms of multiple hurricanes and tropical storms. The air, it seemed, was a stage for an epic standoff. And then a truly astonishing phenomenon unfolded. One of these storms, Hurricane Paulette, a powerful system churning in the Atlantic, became an unexpected and temporary barrier. The satellite images clearly showed Paulette, with its immense cyclonic structure, acting almost like a meteorological shield. It was strong enough to effectively block the eastward march of that massive smoke plume, preventing it from continuing its journey out into the vastness of the Atlantic. For a brief, intense period, it was as if these two titans of nature, the land-borne fire and the sea-borne storm, were locked in an atmospheric struggle, their energies clashing over the American continent. The smoke pressed against Paulette's mighty winds, unable to breach its rotating defenses. It was a visual testament to the immense power of both phenomena, captured in a series of images that truly defied expectation. Only when Hurricane Paulette finally began to weaken and perish, dissipating back into the ocean currents the following day, did the smoke, no longer impeded, resume its journey, finally drifting out to sea and eventually scattering across the broader atmosphere. The year 2020 served as a profound and sobering reminder of nature's formidable power and the intricate, often startling, ways in which our planet's systems are interconnected. It showed us through vivid, undeniable imagery that events happening thousands of miles apart can, in fact, meet and interact in powerful, visible ways. The story of when smoke met storm is a testament to the dynamic, ever-changing nature of our world, urging us to reflect on our place within it and the lessons we can draw from such extraordinary events. What are your memories of that year, or your thoughts on how these forces of nature converged? We'd love to hear your perspectives. Please feel free to share your comments below and consider subscribing for more stories that explore the hidden connections and profound narratives woven into the fabric of our world.